And that is right, people. I am, of course, the golden one, the excellent one himself. I am. Let me find the picture. I am Ricky Goldman. This right here, of course, is the Reigning Rock podcast. Do like and subscribe, get this shared everywhere, comment, get everything in, get your thoughts on this week's WWE and everything else in the wrestling world, who's going in the Hall of Fame and everything else. Get your thoughts in right now. Marcus should be along anytime soon, but in the meantime, I don't never come along, but I'm going to bring in the man himself. He is the magnificent one. He is known only as the man himself. He is the Block David.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? From across the pond, we coming strong for this podcast with the excellence, Ricky Goldman. I am the Block, aka the Wizard of Odd, because I'm always up to something. But yeah, pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
No problem. And yeah, do you want to tell people how long you've been watching wrestling? For me, it will be 25 years in December. I'm getting old. Sorry.
I go back about that far. Yeah, I can remember watching the first episode of Raw. Like the very, very first episode of Raw. And I go back to before that. I mean, I remember the Saturday night main events with Gorilla Monsoon and Billy Red Lion. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Bobby the Brain Heenan. I mean, before JR and the King, there was Bobby the Brain Heenan and even Vince McMahon too. So yeah. And now we got Michael Cole and Pat McAfee with Byron Saxton. So there's a lot of wrestling history that I realize I just know. So yeah, man, it's fun.
And I think we share the same favorite wrestler of all time. Of course, mine's The Rock, the Final Boss, the soul-stealing, beating, pie-eating Final Boss.
Yeah. You know what? Hold on a second before we go calling him the final boss, because let me let you in on a little bit of the rhyme scheme that I dropped when I was dropping some bars with a couple of my boys in the basement, and this is before The Rock came up with his final boss thing, and they were talking, and we were doing a live stream, and I came up with that line, and I find it interesting that I've paralleled a lot of his career. Like, I mean, like when he released his Just Bringing It for 20 Years shirt, I had been doing music for 20 years. So I took his shirt and I put the Block instead of The Rock. It actually covered it properly. You know what I mean? There's a lot of parallels I find to my life in the WWE, but we'll talk about them as we get through the podcast. And one of them has to do with the title belt.
Of course, Marcus is here, but give me 1 second, Marcus. I'll be 10 seconds here, then I'll bring you in. I've got Tribal Chief, head of the table, inspired stuff, but I put my logo on. So the greatness among us one. So I took out Reigns' logo and put in RG for Ricky Goldman.
There you go.
So you have your own podcast and channel, so there it is. And I put it in the description. So I'll put it in the description and it's right there. So I made it easy for people to find you. People got no excuses not to come and look at your podcast, at your videos. And I've seen you do some interviews. Personally, I don't know those wrestlers, but the people that I've know, they're from the UK. I've interviewed UK wrestlers. But yeah, go ahead and promote your channel. Tell people about it.
All right. So on Saturdays, you can catch the Terrell Effect live on youtube.com/@expose the north 8741. The link on the page right there. On Wednesdays, we do Candid Conversations, and both of these podcasts are shows where we get to know people, play music. Well, Terrell Effect, we play music and get to know the artists. Candid Conversations, we get to know the artists behind the art, talk to a bunch of different business owners and things of that, and people of that nature. Just trying to get the word out about what they're doing and promoting them. So I welcome you to come onto the podcast, and we'll actually shoot the breeze about a couple of the other things going on in the industries. Also check out sharetheshock.ca is where you can find the latest from the soon to be greatest. Update your playlist and your status. And yeah, be sure to add me on Twitch at The Block Online, Facebook David The Block Terrell, X The Block Online, and
You just gave way.
yeah, Instagram at The Block Online.
Sorry about that. Where I've got my phone set up just gave way. Ugh.
Okay.
So I'm going to put it there for now, but as I set up, it's set up on a picture frame. I don't have a setup. I just stick it on a picture of kind of above a picture frame just to make it easier for me. So whilst I put it there, and it's going to fall again, I'll put it there for now. I'll put that picture below and then move it again. But yes, I'll be, of course, be on that podcast on this coming Wednesday, I think. The golden one, his debut, and you can all acknowledge me. But yes, do check out his podcast. Music-wise, I'm not really into music. I like 50 Cent. I've been to see 50 Cent, been here, and I went to see him live.
I opened for Lloyd Banks last June. Apart
from 50 Cent, I like wrestling themes. As you can see, I'm all wrestling. So
I see that. That's dope.
But let's bring in, and he's been waiting patiently as my screen keeps going dark. It's taking me about a second to try and figure why that's happening here. The brightness is turned up, so I don't know why.
It'll be the display time.
I don't know why my screen keeps going dark, but let's crack on with this. Please bring him in. He is the money man. He is the man all about money. And I'm going to turn my phone that way just so my hand isn't in the way. You're not seeing my hand as I'm scrolling through and stuff. There we are. That's better. He is the money man himself. He's all about the fabulous moolah. Cash those checks as he is here. He is MARKCUS.
Ching ching. Bling bling. It's always Ted over here, you jabrones.
And I'm going to give you a moment as I put my picture frame back on the wall. I'm going to give you a moment to chat. And I don't know what I'll say. You're from Philly, MARKCUS, but I don't know where. David, what state are you from, David?
I am from, I'm living in Welland, Ontario right now. I was from St. Catharines, Ontario, just around the corner from here.
Toronto. Did you go to Chamber then or no?
Oh, I wanted to go to Chamber, but it just snuck up on me. So I wasn't able to go. I almost bum rushed that thing with my 2 titles. But I had family in town too, so I was just like, I'll catch them the next time for sure.
There you go.
Well, were you born in America or were you born in Canada?
I was born in Canada.
Okay. So,
yep.
Understandable.
Okay.
Do you like Edge then, or what's your thoughts on it?
Come again?
Did I go off there? I'm sorry. My apologies. What's your thoughts on Edge? Do you like him? What do you think he's doing in AEW? Do you think he wins the title tomorrow?
I think he wins the title in AEW because of his work in the industry. I think he's actually, I'm surprised I didn't mention him as one of my favorite wrestlers because I like his moniker, the Rated R Superstar, but I'm kind of more brash with my words, so I call myself the Rated R Superstar.
What do you think of him being called Cope?
Well, I mean, they're gonna call him what they call him. I figure they might as well know him for who he is.
He doesn't strike fear into people's hearts, does it? Here comes The Rock, The Undertaker. No. Here comes Cope. Okay.
Yeah. It's not as bad as Razorface, or Taserface, but it could use some work.
yeah. Well, I suppose I'll play what he's known by backstage. Of course, that's why he goes by. I can so that's probably why they call him that. But yeah,
Mhm.
actually, I'm gonna give you half a second. I'm gonna sign out, then back in. That's well, go out, back in. My screen keeps going dark. Not sure what that is. So I'm just gonna. So you and Marcus talk amongst yourselves. So fill the
All
dead
right.
air. I'll be about 10 seconds.
All
All right, we
right.
got this.
Oh
All right.
yeah,
So, how's it going?
it's going good, man. I've had some roadblocks today. NXT pay per view, but I had some roadblocks today. But things got done. That's what matters the most. Is that
Yep.
shit got done.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's what's
man.
up.
So you're from Canada.
Yes, sir.
Mm, mm.
Mhm. Mhm. I mean, like it's. I don't know what's messier because both of our leaders are kind of. Whew, boy, we need help. That's all I gotta say. We need help up here.
And
Controversies abound.
I'm just really gonna crack on with this. I'm having trouble fixing my picture
You
frame,
checking the?
and it keeps going dark and dark. I have no idea. My phone's screwing up. Anyway, let's crack on. So, yeah, fell again. Uh, so sorry about this. Very unprepared. There we are. I think there we are. There we are. Sorry. So let's begin with the first segment, which of course is this right here. So what is it, Marcus? It is.
Everybody, it's what's cooking at the table.
That was an announcement like Alberto Del Rio. Not Del Rio, Ricardo Rodriguez. He did the announcement for Del Rio.
Oh man, there's one that controversy marred.
So what vibing? So I'll kick off with this. What I've been up to, as per usual, going pushing the gym. My crafting. I go to a crafting every week, David, and I made Revolution card. So match card. I do half on computer, and I write out the other half. And the final boss, the rock. I did this. So it's like the Brahma Bull, if you can see it, and yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm coming up. I've got more. We've got wrestling. Going to wrestling tomorrow. Man, I've really got more of the same. Obviously, watching 50 wrestling shows a week, not 50 shows a week, but I think
Pretty
5.
much. It's
Raw,
pretty much
Raw,
like 50.
Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Speed, Evolve, LFG, no, 8, LFG, Greatest Moments, Rival. So it's 8 a week I watch.
Wow.
And then when Stephanie McMahon's show starts and Dark Side of the Ring, it'll be 10 a week. Now LFG's not going. I think LFG's only 3 left. So by the end of this month, hopefully that's done. But yes, otherwise 10 a week.
Ooh, we keep him busy.
Yes, my life is wrestling. I've got the same tattoos as The Rock. I've got the bull, and I've got these other tattoo. Wrestling. Very little else I do. Just wrestling all the way.
Right
Mm-hmm.
on.
But we'll kick it over to you, David. What have you been up to in the last week or so? What have you got coming up in the next couple of weeks, or anything interesting coming up? So
I
you're new
mean,
here.
like, oh man, for the last week, I've been entertaining family. You know what I mean? Getting ready for the spring coming up. And the next week, we got a bunch of stuff that we're working on. I got a magazine that I got to release, and you can find the latest one at magazine.sharetheshock.ca. Working on a few projects that I have to get completed musically. Yeah, just planning for this June 6th event that we have happening in Niagara Falls. and just strategizing with my virtual admin and my team to make sure the next moves we make are strategic and sound. So yeah, it's a good time. Monday, actually, we have Me and the Boys Wrestling on youtube.com/@POEZ. That's youtube.com/@POEZ. The Booker Man is in the building, ready to make some things happen at Me and the Boys Wrestling, where real people use digital avatars to settle their differences.
Are
You
you?
can create, yeah,
Sorry, sorry to cut you off there. Are you put on James's show, or is that the one? No.
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm the co-host for Me and the Boys Wrestling.
Cool, cool. Is that like an E-Fed type thing?
It's like a what?
E-Fed.
Well, it's a digital federation.
Is it like people play characters on?
Well, no, what he has a different formula. He gets if he either creates the characters or lets people upload their own created characters and hashtag MATB. And when you hashtag MATB on your character, he looks every week to find new characters. So you can create your character and upload it if you want to be a part of it. If you got a storyline, reach out to him at youtube.com/@POEZ. And you could be a part of the federation. I have a couple of characters in there right now. But it's just the avatars against the avatars. No, you don't need the system to play. The work is all done by the storytelling is all done by the Booker men.
There we go. I think I've fixed my picture frame. Let's hope it doesn't. Fingers crossed it doesn't fall down. I think I'm in now. I think I'm in.
POZ.
The Ricky Goldman has joined. And I'm going to be laying the smackdown and all with his candy asses and taking people's souls like that. Just getting overexcited today about our people's champion, The Rock.
Oh man.
So yes, so you said about magazines. Was that wrestling inspired, or is that, or no?
It's more culture inspired. Actually, I have done the program for Wrestlusion, which is our big wrestling show up here. It's run by the Canadian Wrestling Federation. So I usually include like an ad or a flyer from them in the magazine because we have a working relationship. But I try to cover a few different bases. Like I'm always interested, like if you wanted to say do a wrestling article and include it in the magazine, we could talk about what that would look like. Because I do want to expand a little bit more from where I am, and I think that would be a good way to do it. And since you have such a acumen for the wrestling, we might as well work together and see what we can make happen.
Definitely, I've only written for myself. I've done reviews. Well, I do reviews for shows I go to, or WWE or AEW. And mainly that's just on Facebook, what I thought was good and what I thought was bad, where I think the storylines are going. That's really just for me. And if people like it, great. If they don't, I don't care. It's for me.
Exactly.
And I've done a little bit of when NXT UK was a thing. I used to write for a website.
Okay.
And I've also someone that writes for Bleacher Report. I inspired them to do a story. I think it was about Cody, I think, and they said I inspired them. So kind of all really as much as I've done writing wise. But yeah, that sounds really great. If we'll get together and discuss and
Okay. That sounds good. So yeah.
And we'll sorry.
No, go ahead.
And over to you, Marcus. Obviously, you lost your wallet today. I know what that's like. I'm constantly losing things. My phone, I've lost my phone. Thankfully, got it back. Or I've been like, it's gone down the side of when I'm on the train or something. It's gone down the side. I'm like, where is it? And it's like, you'll have a heart attack because then luckily found it. But I know what that's like. Like horrible.
I lost it yesterday. So it was quite the annoyance coming into this morning, I called around, I walked around, tried to retrace everything. Luckily for me, I'm blessed enough to be in a position where I can get these items back and I can afford it to get some of these items back, or I could easily make a call and those items will be back here in a week. So I'm blessed enough to have made it to a point in life where I can afford two of some things. So I'm very happy about that. I just got done getting my license again, so that was like an hour or two long of a wait, but got the license. So I'm happy that's all going down. Down, excuse me. So now I'm just at home eating some peanuts, making some burgers, and drinking some wild cherry Pepsi with some tequila in it.
Nice.
And like I said, when you messaged me, hopefully you've cancelled your cars. You don't want people spending on your cars, do you? And
I mean, I got listen. I got two accounts. One of my accounts, the other card got canceled. There's a new one on its way, and the other one, I was able to get the other card today. So it's all good.
That's blessed.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I lost my wallet. But I think on either a train or a bus, and I had a fake. It wasn't a real card. You couldn't really use it, but a fake. John Cena was on it. A credit card. It was just plastic. You couldn't use it. It wasn't usable, but I lost that. I was like, oh, okay.
Were you able to see the? Were you able to see the card? Because you said it had John Cena on it.
Forget my actual card. I lost the Cena one. That's all I cared about.
But that's what I'm saying. You couldn't see it, so it makes sense.
So of course you've been up to your food reviews. You're up to the big 50. But I don't want people to stop there. No. You now have to get Marcus to 60. And it's in the description. And there's his channel right there. You have no excuses. And I'm going to make sure you have no excuses because here is a small video. There we are. Like, subscribe. Getting to 60 subscribers, or I'll be finding your candy ass and stealing your soul.
Oh man.
So yeah, 50 subscribers. Your channel is growing, which hopefully I've had a hand in doing. But it's like I said, it's right there on the screen for people to look at, to find. It's in the description. And David, I don't know if you're a fan of food and drink reviews, but if you are, then MARKCUS' channel is for you.
I mean, I don't have anyone doing a food review in the magazine yet. So there's another option, another potential option that we can discuss.
Like cheese steak reviews and obviously tequila, not the Rock's tequila, but there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can also review Terramana. It's not like it's not available where I live. I can easily go to the store and find it.
I think you get with the Rock being back in WWE and the John Cena thing. I think that would get a lot of views. So,
I mean, it will get a lot of views from wrestling fans. I mean, they're obviously going to watch the video. Now, what I have to say about Terramana, we'll see what we got to see. What we got, you know what? That could be probably like next week or a couple weeks down the road. Excuse me, that review for Terramana to see.
Wait, I got an idea. Hold on. WrestleMania weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I can review Terramana and see if the Rock's tequila can cut the mustard.
There you go. Mustard.
The shit not gonna give me goosebumps, Ricky. Okay, I've had the shit before.
You said about it's only wrestling fans. You want your audience to be everyone. Obviously, you're catering to food and drink fans. You're pulling wrestling fans. That's always good. So, and then again, like you said before, Marcus, not everyone is like me and just wrestling, and more wrestling. Other people have a life beyond wrestling, so they might stick around and actually think, "Oh, this is good," and want to see more.
Yeah, people got lives, man, outside of wrestling.
I don't know how that looks like, what that looks like, but fair enough.
Oh, I know. You don't know, but that's okay.
No, Nothing. Yeah, it's wrestling.
That's your life,
Oh
man.
man,
If I did my
everybody
way,
has their thing.
if I did my way, WWE's YouTube channel would literally be. I think it like. Well, sometimes it's 24/7, but it literally would be if I was running it. It'd be nothing else.
I mean, where have
But
they got with uploading their dat? Like, have they been uploading their past archives to Netflix as well, or is it just everything moving forward?
they've put some stuff on. I think there's quite a few old pay-per-views on.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I think I went back and watched. Like, you can go back and watch. They watched the first Raw on Netflix, and but as me and Marcus have discussed, unfortunately, Marcus has made the audience smaller because for Netflix, people could be flicking. It caters to the hardcore fans. WWE really caters to the casuals, really. They do and they don't, but mainly it's to the hardcores. But people might be flicking through a channel. Now it's in one place. If you don't have Netflix, you can't watch it.
Yeah, that's making it more because there's a lot of people who will buy Netflix just to watch Raw.
But there's also people that won't. And
True.
you have to have Netflix. It's not only flicking to the channel. Oh, that's The Rock, or that's John Cena. Now it's one place. Not that The Rock and Cena are even beyond Raw, but there's one place and one place only to watch it.
Yeah.
Next year, I don't know if me and Marcus discussed this last week. No longer Peacock is no longer a thing for you. No. Peacock is a thing, but WWE are moving away from it here. So everything goes to Netflix. Like NXT, SmackDown, everything. Making the audience smaller. Like, which
Gotta
is
find a niche.
not good. You want the product to grow. But I think they're doing fairly well. They've just signed a $5 billion deal, so I think they're doing fairly well.
Yeah, they're not complaining.
So let's
And they ain't gonna never complain. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
move on to the next segment, which is all about what movies we've watched. I watch 3 movies a week. I'll run through those 3 movies. I don't know if Marcus watch movies, or he catches the occasional one. I don't know what movies you watch, maybe, but we'll discuss that in like 10 seconds. Because of course it is movie talk. So I'm going to kick off with the first movie I watched on Netflix. Speaking of Netflix, Disaster Holiday. Okay.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say. It was okay. It wasn't a movie of the year or anything. It was just But David, do you watch movies? And if so, how many do you watch a week? What's the latest movie you watched?
I don't often watch movies because by the time I get to watch it, I'm too tired to watch the whole thing. So the last movie I remember watching was sometime in Christmas. I think I watched like The Grinch or something like that. But outside of that, I haven't really watched a movie. I've watched a few series. Like I've watched the whole Game of Thrones series in like 7 weeks. And
Wow.
that was really interesting. There's been a couple of different shows that I've been watching, but I've been trying to create my own show. So a lot of the time I would spend watching TV, I spend kind of just crafting some ideas that I'd use for my own stuff. Like I'll watch for research, but then most of the time I spend in production mode.
That's cool. Grinch is a great Christmas movie, all-time classic. Up there with Home Alone, up there with Miracle on 34th Street, up there with...
Yep. Die Hard.
Can't think... yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that too.
It's not a family movie, is it? You can't sit there with a family and sit around and enjoy Die Hard.
You know what? I remember watching Die Hard with my dad though. Around Christmas. So I don't know. I don't know.
It's no Home Alone. It's no Home Alone.
100%, 100%. It's not as wholesome as Home Alone. But let me draw the parallel that my fiance did. He was, in fact, just as violent, if not more so, than John McClane. When you think about it, the way he booby trapped the house, all the stuff that he used to do that, like you could almost say that it was a smaller scale. But I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, why? Again, like wrestling, the suspension of disbelief. Why would a kid booby trap a house? Why wouldn't he just call the police?
Right? I think he cut the line though. They cut the line. That's why.
I want to put some toys down and ice the steps because I'm going to preempt what these two guys are going to do. What if they don't use the door? What if they smash a window and they're in that way?
Honestly, for its time, it really had a lot of the bases covered. Like if you rewatch it and suspend your disbelief, he had a lot of those bases covered. I don't know how. It's good writing.
And I'm getting to your comment, Vicky. Sorry, the excellence one is busy. Hello, guys. Hello, Vicky. Are you guys here to chat? Yeah, I'm reading your comments down. We're chatting about movies. We're going to be chatting about wrestling in a second, but yeah. Second movie I watched. Again, I think on Netflix, Miss Peregrine's Home of Peculiar Children. Tim Burton movie. I don't think he's ever made a bad movie. That was good. And because I sit and watch anything, Plankton, the movie I watched last night on Netflix as well. Again, I will sit and watch anything. It just feels like another SpongeBob movie, but okay. Yeah, we're going to get into that shortly here. Anybody hear about Naomi? I'm going to reread that. Anybody heard Naomi say Bianca before getting jaded? Nothing. She just said to Jade, "Off you go and kick Naomi's ass."
Yeah.
So I'm going to play a small ad here, and then we will get into some wrestling chatter. So ad number 1 is right here. So that is right. Protein Tees, Goldman's one. Remember the name, Goldman's one. As I'll say, each and every week, each and every time, if you cannot purchase a T-shirt, fine. At least get the name out there and get it shared. More comments. Hi, I'm from Pakistan. Don't even let me.
Good.
Okay. I wouldn't even let me bring.
Shout out from Pakistan.
Wasn't
What up,
Mustafa
Pakistan?
wasn't Mustafa Ali from Pakistan, or I don't know.
No, Mustafa Ali is from Chicago.
He wanted to put him up, but when he was on the Saudi show, wasn't he out facing Gunther? The Saudi shows was just all a blur to me, but he was facing someone, and he said, "Oh, he's from wherever." I was like, "No, he's not." But there you are.
It was like Kofi Kingston being from Jamaica.
He definitely was not.
He most certainly was not.
Oh, he's from Ghana, isn't he?
West Africa, yep.
Well, his family's from there. He's from Boston.
Mustafa's from Saudi, is he? He got maybe got Saudi parents. I don't know the heritage or the of other wrestlers. Let's move on to the wrestling chatter by playing this right here as we all hook up. It's a triple threat, and because it's time for right now. That is right, wrestling roundup. I'll begin with, and I don't know if you watch it, David, AEW. I don't watch. It's based purely off the results. I merely read the results for Dynamite and go through the matches. And yeah, I don't watch it. Apart from I watch the pay-per-views. That's about it. I'm even getting bored of those. So, but yes, do you watch AEW?
No, not often. I catch the reels, and then other than that, I just kind of because I'm a part of like 2 wrestling podcasts and uh 2 of my own shows plus another 2 shows, another show with another producer. My time to watch things isn't as prevalent as my time to do things. So yeah.
Okay, the first cam guy is one in your channel. Yes, my channel. I'm the head of the table around here. Acknowledge me.
Oh Lord.
Where are we? We're somewhere here. Ugh.
Oh,
AEW. You didn't even start yet.
I'm finding my comments to myself because I send myself the comments so I can read it out.
I'll read the comments from the people. I'll read the comments from the people. You read what you got.
I found it.
Excuse me.
Will Ospreay, Powerhouse Hobbs, and the Conglomeration defeated and went over Brian Keith and the Don Callis family. Yeah, cool. It builds momentum for obviously Ospreay and the Conglomeration heading into tomorrow's Revolution. But apart from that, Cole or Edge knocked off Wheeler Yuta. Obviously, this makes sense. We've got Moxley tomorrow. Megan Bain and Penelope Ford defeated Chris Statlander and Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa is now losing. Okay. Jay White over Matt Caster. Okay. And Okada and Ricochet defeated Swerve Strickland and Brody King. So Swerve's going over tomorrow night. Cool. My rating is, as always, Jobber. So how I rate shows, David, is from Jobber to main event. So Jobber, opening match, mid-card, main event is my rating for shows. Okay. And for AEW, yeah, so Jobber. No, I want the first guy to read the comments. What's my name? Ricky Goldman.
No, I want the first guy to read the comments, LOL. By the way, what's your first name, guy?
Well, Marcus can bring up the comments and I'll read them out if you like. But my first name is the head of the table, Ricky Goldman.
I don't have no controls because I'm on my phone.
Of course, yeah, you have to sign. Oh, right then, fair enough. Right, okay then. Right. Let's move swiftly along to Monday Night Raw. What the hell? Way to kick it off. CM Punk coming on out. As much as I love The Rock, what a hell. Laying into Cena, into The Rock, laying into Rollins. Where am I from? I'm from the UK, England, and Marcus is from
America. Fuck yeah.
Philly, where SmackDown was last night. And David is from
I'm from Canada.
What up? Canada. Bret Hart's home. Bret Hart's play. Where Bret Hart's from.
Yeah.
But to see CM Punk coming out, like I said, laying into everybody, ripping off the thing that holds on the microphone, laying a pipe bomb, laying into The Rock. Again, as much as I love The Rock, this was great. You bald jabroni, you bald fraud, you walk around here thinking you're a bigger star than anybody else. I've never had to hold a fake title. The killer. No. I would love to say this to your face, but you're ungraceful with your presence. You do this bullshit. He said bullshit on TV. Oh,
that's one of the benefits of being on Netflix.
But I'll see you soon. Cena, you're another fraud. You cost me. I see these people really legitimately felt and looked pissed off. Maybe he was. Maybe he was legit pissed off about all this. Then he, of course, said saying, "Oh, now Rollins, you've got my full attention." Here comes Rollins. What a brawl to kick things off, to pull apart. this was your story throughout the night. Seth Rollins, CM Punk next week, steel cage match. I think we all know who's returning, and that is Roman Reigns to get to the triple threat match at Mania. I'll read this comment and then I'll carry my thoughts about Punk. I guess you're from the Jesus Christ. I guess from the accent, you're from the UK. Couldn't quite get it. Love the American accent. Wonderful, in the words of Matt Hardy. Where is the Big E? What? Where's the Big E, guys? What? Where's he from? He's from the UK, from America. I think. Is that what you asked? I don't know.
I'm assuming this person's asking where either me or my man to the up right here that I'm pointing to is from.
Billy.
He's from my man from Canada. I'm from Philadelphia.
So yeah, great way to kick off Raw. Just fantastic. Just wow. They allow CM Punk to say bullshit on TV. Yes, it's on Netflix.
It's Netflix. It's streaming. It's not the same.
Yep.
But still, like, who is this Big E guy?
To the right.
I am the block,
What?
the whole damn block, and nothing but the block. So help me, block.
David from Canada.
From the block.
Yes,
Vicky, if that's your Vicky, make sure you can ask us many questions. Canadian, got it right. Ask as many questions you like. I appreciate it, but make sure to like and subscribe and get this shared everywhere. Share it to all your friends in Pakistan. So yes,
honestly, if you get love from Pakistan, you gotta love them back because they don't just love anything. Straight up.
And hopefully, yeah, you get WWE are going everywhere. So hopefully, SmackDown, or you get a pay-per-view over there sometime. But yes, great way to kick off Raw. David, your thoughts of the opening of Raw?
I think CM Punk returning to the WWE has been what they've needed to get it to have that Attitude Era-esque vibe. Because he doesn't pull no punches. He doesn't care. He's there for his money and he'll call it like it is. So, you know what I mean? More power to him for going back and getting that cake. And I think it was a good way to start off the Raw before the Chamber because it gives heat to both characters.
Did you like how he led into The Rock?
Oh, I mean, I was surprised. I was surprised that he got that far. So, but obviously he probably told him before he went out there, just lean into me. Don't worry, we're on Netflix. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was interesting. I want to see the aftermath of that.
Yeah, so now The Rock's on the board. It is his money, or some of it is his money. So he's really like, get as many eyes on Raw going into Mania as possible because I want more money. I don't earn enough from the blockbuster movie after blockbuster movie and all the companies I own. I want even more money. Actually, we do like WWE here. I am the one who suggested struggled with that Thunderdome thing. What do you mean struggled? What explain, Vicky? Do you mean like getting into it or the look of it? The look of it after a while, I got used to that. Getting into it was cool, but after like the 10th time, it's like, yeah. Everyone was like, oh, we want to get into the Thunderdome. That wore off after a while. Guys, you were talking about movies. What are your thoughts on the Oscars 2025? None really. Unless The Rock was there, I have no thoughts. And I doubt he was. He might have been in the crowd. He was there, wasn't he? I think. MARKCUS, I know you didn't watch Raw, but obviously I've kind of broken it down for you what Punk said. What are your thoughts about it?
You know, because I'm on a Raw protest. I mean, listen. This is probably his second or third pipe bomb that ever existed, right? He called him a bald fraud, which is true. Bald fraud. Fuck this bullshit right here. fuck your goosebumps, dude. Those goosebumps ain't real. No one can see the hair standing up on your fucking arm. Fuck out of here. Yeah, I mean, this promo spoke exactly what it needed, right? Cena, dude, I knew for the longest time that you was an ass. It's just that you just fool all these people, right? You, The Rock, you the one that cost me the WrestleMania main event by pinning me at the Royal Rumble. Okay, I'm tired of you. It's funny because Punk is tired of those two assholes in particular. Those two are up his crawl all the time. And then Seth Rollins is just like, he's just like the cherry on top. Just like asinine guy, and
The outfits, the wardrobe.
Which are fire, but damn, this guy gets on my motherfucking nerves. Right? And it's just like
that's the thing. He makes you feel. That's what keeps getting me. I get caught up in that shit where I'm like, yeah, yo, suspend my disbelief. And then I start having real feelings towards some of this shit. Like, why is he wearing such a flamboyant outfit? That I'm like, you just mad that you can't get a designer to design something like that for you, brother. Just chill. And then, you know what I mean? Like,
and you know what? You'd be like, yeah, I am mad. I am mad. And that laugh, you'd be like, this motherfucker right here. But I gotta tell you, CM Punk, I might not be the biggest fan of Philip, but he can cut a hell of a promo.
And as David just said there, suspending your disbelief. That's kind of the whole point. When they've got you, when they can, like, when you can think, just for that second, this is real, they've got you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I'll read out these two comments and I'll just finish my thought there. I didn't quite like the Thunderdome. That's why I struggled by my love for WWE. The WWE did what they could with the Thunderdome. It was better than nothing. So better than the no crowd when he was in the performance center. That was awful. I don't understand the jokes. Okay. Back to Punk. No, yeah. So yeah, when they've got you and you've this feels real to me, which we'll get to SmackDown and the Bianca Naomi thing. Yeah, that's what he's all about. Punk's promos. I don't think he's scripted. I think he probably just getting bullet points, but go out there and say this. Otherwise, fill in the blanks. Mm-hmm. Gunter defeated Otis. The good match to kick off Raw. In ring, match wise. Otherwise, first match. So we kicked off with Punk, but in ring match. Otis, put up a struggle. Wasn't easy for Gunther. Good match to kick things off. I'll get your thoughts, Marcus and David, in a second. I'll go over the second match, which was Lyra Valkyria retaining against Ivy Nile. Obviously, what happened later on in the night, I understand why I didn't want all title changes, but I personally would have given the title to Ivy. I really thought she was going to win, but yeah. The Alexa and Fiend thing was great. Yeah. All of it. Well, yeah, they did create some really good stuff in the Thunderdome. It allowed them creative freedom. No crowd being there. It was all pre-taped. So yeah, but like I said, the when he was in the performance center with no crowd, very little was good there. The Stone Cold stuff was good, but anyway, so we'll go to Marcus first. Your thoughts on Gunther over Otis and Lyra retaining against Ivy Nile?
I mean, it's always good. I think having Otis always on TV is always a good thing going on. You know what I mean? Like, I hope one day the big guy could get at least an IC title shot. Please, somebody give Otis a chance. Hashtag please. As far you know how I feel about Valkyria, man. The girl ain't over. She still ain't going to get over. It would have made more sense for Ivy now to get that championship, but once again, you don't want to do too many title changes on one show. So with that, Laura, you have survived another week of being the women's IC champion. Good job.
Yeah. And like we discussed last week, I don't get what it is. She's really good looking. She's good in the ring. She's put in a good match. Good themes, not
It's
the
the
word.
crowd. It's the crowd. It's just too big for her theme to work. Like you know what her theme gives off? It's like a Finn. It's like Finn Balor light. Like it's supposed to be like a Finn Balor ish type of old Finn Balor theme kind of thing with the crowd interaction, and it's dry. It's drier than a steak that's well cooked. It just don't work.
And Pat McAfee was trying to put her over this week on commentary by doing the woo. So they're trying, they're just not there, and I don't think they're going to get there. Unfortunately, I think once she loses the title, whoever she loses to, I wouldn't be shocked if she's looking at being released anyway, or back down to NXT, if anything. So yeah, David, over to you. Your thoughts on Gunther defeating Otis and Lyra retaining? Do you think Ivy should have won? What do you think?
I think Gunther even being in the same match as Otis, Otis being in the same match as Gunther would open the door for that IC title match because I'm sure it wasn't a squash, right? And then Lyra Valkyrie, if they're pushing her, they got to push her strong. So I don't wrong them for her winning, but Ivy Nile has she's got some grit, so I'd like to see her continue this rivalry.
Guys, do you all miss Sasha Banks, which is an AEW, so yeah, she had a good theme song.
I don't miss Sasha because women's wrestling in WWE is a lot better now. Not saying that Sasha isn't good, but compared to when she was there versus now, the women's division, except for Lyra Valkyria, low key, it's on fire.
The crowd don't get it, but she is good in the ring. It's again just that disconnect of what is it? Yeah. Ludwig Kaiser came on out, and then Penta Zero Meadow did brawl. So they're probably having a match. I don't think I wasn't even announced for next week, so they'll have a match at some point. And I like Penta, but he's quickly becoming just another guy on the roster. The War Raiders again should have been another the women's division on fire with Charlotte getting tells over and over. Stop it! I unfortunately think she wins at Mania. She shouldn't, because Tiffany's a clear face now with Charlotte. She clear heel.
That's when Charlotte's at her best. That's when Charlotte's at her best. By the way, Ricky, you should get down a thought before we get to a comment. Just my thought.
But they're going to do the whole, Charlotte was injured, she won the Rumble, she's going to win the title. Boring, we've seen it all before. Why would they not put up with Tiffany? Anyway, War Raiders, Creed Brothers, gun match, really good. Again, thought a title chain was coming many times in the match. War Raiders return. Yeah, cool. Really, like I said, really good match. Like I said, with Ivy Nile, it makes sense why we didn't see a title change here. But I would have given it to the Creed Brothers all the same. So, David, your thoughts on the Ludwig Kaiser Penta segment and War Raiders returning against Creed Brothers?
I mean, I remember watching Ludwig Kaiser in NXT in like 2017. So to see what he's done with his character to get him up to the main roster it's impressive. Penta, I think Penta is like, if they give him the right tools, he could be a next level Rey Mysterio. But if they try to water him down, he's just gonna end up being another Sin Cara. What was the next thing?
War Raiders return against Creed Brothers.
War Raiders have been doing the thing for a minute, so yeah, it's nice to see them with the titles. Hopefully they get a good run, but it's just a matter of time before the Creed brothers actually get the push that they need to hold the belt. So we'll see what happens over time.
Obviously Marcus didn't watch this, but I presume you did, David. The whole Chad Gable thing. He met some Chinese person. No, he was in Mexico. He was like this old wizard or something, and he had this box. He said, "I'm giving you the most ultimate power there is for $500." So not the power isn't very good then. But what do you think that is, David? What do you think's in the box?
Ooh, I'm gonna say it has something to do with another wrestler. I'm gonna say it has something. Yeah. I wouldn't even be able to get to guess what was in there, but I'm thinking it has something to do with another wrestler teaching him something. But who knows?
Is this how they bring Alistair Black back, or not?
Oof, that would be a good acquisition.
But I wouldn't put him into a. Okay, Ivan Al was put on a really good match, but I wouldn't put him into a faction right
No, it
off. I
has to be
don't.
his own. It would have to be his
Yeah.
own faction if it was. Almost like what they did with Karrion Kross.
Yeah, that didn't work, did it? You had Karrion Kross leading it, and then Paul Ellering was also the leader. Okay.
Yeah.
Jackie Redmond interviewed Bron Breakker up in the interview area. Finn Balor comes on out. They interact. Spear to Khalito. So it looks like Balor. So Bron is now clear face. When did that happen? So Balor, Bron. Okay.
Yeah. I see it.
I'm not exactly thrilled, but there we are. But what I am thrilled about, and what absolutely got me, because I think everyone were thinking as soon as the match announced, yeah, Rhea's winning. No, brand new women's world's heavyweight champion, absolute shocker, Io Sky.
Yeah, that was either Rhea's injured or there's something happened behind the scenes that we don't know about.
Rumors are she's injured, but I would think because Bianca's face, Io's face, you need Rhea in this to be the heel. So I think triple threat at Mania. I think Rhea somehow still gets into it. But I don't think you turn. Not what happened on SmackDown. You're not turning Bianca. You're not turning Io. So you need Rhea there to probably take the pin, and then you can have Rhea gets annoyed again. She gets distracted, takes a pin, and goes on a full heel run. So yeah, really good Raw for me. Just a bit mid card is my rating for it. So, Marcus, your thoughts on the Jackie Redmond, Bron Breakker, Finn Balor thing, and new women's champion Io Sky?
Well, to be fair, with the whole Braun Breaker kind of switching roles thing, he wasn't all the way a heel per se. I mean, he was more heel-ish, but he was like a tweener, right? The fans love him, right? They love the bark, but he did heelish stuff. So Finn has been a longer heel. No one likes anything that Finn does. So it's like, all right, well, gotta make somebody the baby face in the situation. Io Sky is super talented. I think we discount that all the time because she can't talk on the mic, but she's getting better on the mic compared to what people want to say. Her beating Rhea absolutely came the hell out of nowhere. But I do have a theory about Io versus Bianca Belair.
Go on. What one turns heel or the ad Rhea? Go on.
During the middle of the match, Bianca turns heel because Naomi comes out and helps her out.
Yeah. There are rumors about Bianca going heel, but
Makes sense.
No, I wouldn't have Io lose. No, I think Io needs to leave Mania as champion. She just won the title and she'd lost last year. I think Io needs to retain. When you do
we'll see. But I would say every time Bianca has held the title, she's held it strong, and she's never been a heel on the main roster.
True. I like Io, and I think Rio's going to be there to take the pin, keep Bianca looking strong. But yeah, like you said, we'll wait and see. So, David, your thoughts on the Balor? Balor, Finn Balor, Bron Breakker segment, and your brand new women's world champion Io Sky.
That was the Breakker Balor segment was good. It was a lot of heat for Balor. I like the way Breakker took out Carlito and Dominic. It was a strong fashion. It showed his character strong. Io Sky being the new champion, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. She's got the grit, she's got the energy, she's got the talent. She just, like you said, she needs to learn how to work the mic a bit better. But once she does that, she's got it all.
And your rating for Raw, from jobber to main event, so jobber only match.
I'd say mid card. It could have had less talking and more fighting.
Yeah, I think the beginning with Punk and then the end with the new champion. Shocking. So the shock continue. Obviously, Cena turning heel is like the shocker of the last 20 years. I think that's more shocking than Punk coming back. I think that's more shocking than The Rock coming back. It's more shocking than The Rock turning heel. Total. Cena going heel, total shock. And then Io Sky wins. And then another shock coming on SmackDown. A week of shocks. Anyway, let's go to NXT with your ring announcer, Lillian Garcia. Again, now we say this every week. NXT is the show. You never know who's turning up from the main roster. You never know who's turning up from TNA. You never know who's turning up like Ricky Sainz or Ricky Starks. So yeah, Lillian Garcia on NXT. It's only a small thing, but still really cool. We kicked off with women's tag team action. Zori and Sol Ruka knocked off Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Really good match. Obviously, Sol Ruka and Zori now getting that push. But yeah, what a match to kick things off. Now, I don't know if they're going to get pushed to beat Liv and Raquel. But maybe, perhaps, possibly. But we finished off with you, David. We'll start with you. Your thoughts on Lillian Garcia being the ring announcer and the first opening match. So Sol Ruka and Zori over Piper and Chelsea.
Lillian Garcia is gold. Like, let's just talk about how she can't miss. I thought I heard her voice the other day when I was watching, but I'm glad to hear she's back. I think she left on hiatus for a minute. I think it was a good way to bring the feels back to the people that were in the Attitude Era with her. That Soul Snatcher, though. Can we talk about that for a second? What are you doing? Why are you springboard backflipping off the ropes, my G? What are you doing? Yo, more power to you, but remember what that's doing to your body. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's some crazy moves.
Really good move, and you just hits it out of nowhere. Yes, really good. Yes. But yeah, how much must that hurt? Can't tickle. Landing on her back like that can't exactly tickle.
No.
But they put their body through, they put their body through a lot of abuse, and that's why there's so many injuries, and we'll get to an unfortunate injury later on with Cora, but you don't take the characters away from it. You don't want to see anybody injured. But Marcus, your thoughts on Lillian doing the ring announcing duties and the first opening match?
I mean, by technicality, right? Lillian is the senior ring announcer because Alyssa Taylor is on SmackDown. Lillian's a legend, technically, so she gets the Raw spot, and of course, Mike Rome gets NXT. So Lillian being there instead of Mike Rome, that's a pretty damn big deal. I mean, as we've said, NXT is the show to watch. because you're seeing the stars of tomorrow today. And I mean, so Ruka and Zarya, they're making headway. They're doing a lot of good work as a tag team. They're supposed to be that awkward, weird, odd couple tag team. One's real chill and gnarly, the other one's just like power, strength, eating meat type of deal. You know what I mean? Like, she's out here crushing weights while so Ruka's eating ice cream and skateboarding and surfing. So, it's supposed to be an awkward tag team. And that they went up against Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. So it was a good draw. I mean, Chelsea got some color. So that's what gave the match a little bit more oomph to it. And they're making a lot of good headway as a tag team. Now, beating Liv and Raquel, that's a stretch. But they look good as a tag team on NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just don't see, obviously, where does a push go for them, unless it's a tag team title. They've got no tag titles on NXT anymore, women's tag titles. So it can only be pushed so much before it's like, okay.
Well, TJ has one.
Oh, yeah. So is that still Spitfire, Danny Luna, and Jody
Thor? Yeah, I think so.
Tennessee. Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan, another good match. There's again the suspension of disbelief felt like an actual real life fight. Jada going over. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think she now needs to go for the title at some point. Whoever walks out, if I see no one walking out double champion next week, I see ending in DQ just to protect both of them. But if I'm wrong and someone walks out double champion, I think Jada's got him in next. The Hardy Boys came on out. Before I get to the line, Hank and Tank then came out. Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Nomura. Hello, gentlemen. Hello, Universal. Sorry, I read that wrong. Universal. Hello. Make sure to like and subscribe. And yes, I dislike the scene. Really? Okay. Wow. Why? Okay, tell us why.
Hey, everybody has an opinion. He gets to state why.
Wow. Okay, tell us why. That's caught me. I thought that there's a worse turning him doing wall, really? Some people say the best is up there with Hogan, but okay.
Hey, everybody has an opinion. Just like buttholes, everybody has one.
Okay. Tell us why. I totally disagree, but there you are. Again, like Marcus is saying, everybody's got an opinion. Cool. Josh Briggs and Yusuke Nomura came on out. Matt Hardy said the line, Fraxium, I knew you'd come. Like, yes, we got a bit of broken Matt Hardy in WWE. This does have to match up for next week, where I see Hardy Boys retaining. And then, like I said, I think they do a rematch at Stand and Deliver for the NXT tag titles. And that's where Fraxium will get their win back. But yeah, cool. Always cool to see the Hardys there. Still can't believe the Hardys are back in WWE. Still surreal. So yeah, Marcus, your thoughts on Jada over Kalani and the Hardy Boys, Hank and Tank segment, and Yoshiki and Josh and all of that.
I mean, Jada and Kalani, and mind you, I'm not the biggest Kalani Jordan fan. Just not. I didn't think she deserved a North American Championship, but she proved that she was pretty good with it. But Jada, man, let me tell you something. And you talk about you talking about a woman that's worked really hard at her character development and her in-ring skill. It's Jada. Let's ignore the badonkadonk, even though you can't. The girl can work her ass off, and she's doing so good. She's another one of those NXT talents that for sure when she gets called up, it's gonna be big business time for sure. So big shout out to her and Kalani for working a really good match together. I'm sure when they was going over the match and all the pre stuff, they absolutely killed it. Serious. Go ahead. Now I ask the question.
should she go after whoever? Should someone walk out next week as double champion? Should Jada be next?
I'm trying to think of any other women that could argue that point, and Petrovic could argue that point, honestly, because she's been on a roll. To be honest, I mean, she's been winning matches. She's won a triple threat match when all three of them were in the ring. So, Carmen has a good argument. I would say, and I'm sure one of those girls from that faction I don't know the name of. Whatever, you know. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know, the girls I don't know who from who. The best one out of those three probably have something to say about that too. So, but I do think she's the strongest contender, but I don't think she's next right now. Like as of right now, I can't say she's next, but she's definitely the strongest. As far as like Hank and Tank with Matt and Jeff and all the other tag teams and stuff, it was cool. I liked it. You know, it's always a treat to get, you know, Jeff and Broken Matt around. It's always cool.
That line that got me was like, he said it. Oh my god, we got Broken just for that little tiny little line, but we got him. This was done. This was done because of the all-time low viewership and rating, which includes a low Netflix ratings. They asked Cody to turn it. He said no. Yeah, because Cody is thinking about money, which is of course, which they all think about. It was more. If Cena hadn't turned, it would have been Cena Cody at Mania. Been a good match, but who would have cared? Now it's heel Cena versus Cody. Can he overcome a heel Cena?
Well, hold on. Let me respond real quick. I think keep that comment up there though. It could be about low viewership for Netflix because you know they have to make the Netflix deal look good. It could be about low viewership, but it's mostly about making sure that the WrestleMania card fits correctly, right? Like you just said, so it's similar to the Hulk Hogan thing, right? So at first, if people don't mind a quick history lesson, when Hulk Hogan was asked to be heel, at first he was like, "Nah, brother, that doesn't work for me." So they was going to get Sting to do it. But then Hogan saw the momentum those guys was getting as he was filming that awful movie, and he was like, "Oh, this is getting some traction. Let me go ahead and call Bischoff again and tell him, yeah, I'm in." Right? It's about ideas being thrown out there and seeing and like throwing the sticky ball at the wall and seeing what sticks. Right? Heel Cena, because like, listen, babyface Cena, it wasn't really going to put that many butts in seats only because of the farewell tour. You got to add a little pizzazz. You got to add in some flavor. It can't be just a plain piece of chicken. It got to be flavored. You know what I'm saying? So Cena turning heel, man, that chicken tastes good.
I disagree about the Netflix. This was planned again, but as far if you want to believe The Rock, as far as back as last year, but definitely as far as back as Bad Blood, he did the 3. That was Cena way before Netflix. So
this take I 100% disagree with.
Way before Netflix. So it could be, but Cena's on me on Raw. So anyway, Cena could have been done correctly. This was done horribly with a horrible satanic storyline.
So Universal, I don't think it's a satanic storyline. I think the cutthroat thing is something that The Rock's been doing since Bad Blood. It's not satanic. Oh no, the taking of the soul thing. Who said Cena's soul was taken? No one said that. But this could be seen because we haven't heard Cena speak about the situation, why he turned heel. So until we hear why Cena turned heel, we can't speculate that his soul is taken. We can speculate that Cena is acting out of desperation because he didn't win the Rumble, and since he won elimination, and look at how he won Elimination Chamber, Punk got his head stomped in, and then he put the STF on him. Right? It's heel Cena because regular John Cena would have looked at Rollins, probably would have tried to attack Rollins while CM Punk was down, but instead he took advantage. right? He's desperate. He didn't have to earn his way to the Elimination Chamber. He called his shot. He called his spot in the Elimination Chamber. Because I'm John Cena. I don't gotta work like you has-beens. What are you talking about? I'm John Cena. You can't see me, dummy. So it's one of those things where this heel turn was perfect. And the kicking the balls and the plain face John Cena, it was great.
Yeah, that done perfectly. Camera shots perfect, everything. And the cutthroat is like kill him. No, it's not kill him. He's not going to kill Cody on
Take him out.
Right, we're done. Like just right, you've got it. You've got it. It was kind of I've given you what you've wanted. You've got Cody now. End it. And that's what he did. He took advantage. And when Cena called his spot, that was him turning heel, and not one of us saw it. We were all was like, "Oh, he's shooting," but he's John Cena. Of course, he earned the right to call himself not to qualify for the chamber, and he's a movie star. Of course, he's not going to qualify. No, it was him turning heel. Anyway, David, your thoughts on? Sorry, getting all sidetracked here. Jada over Kalani and the whole Hardy Boys, Hank and Tank and Fraction thing.
I mean, Hardy Boys coming back was like what, the third, fourth time in the last 5 years, so it's almost losing its luster a bit, but they did come back strong, so I'm happy for them. Jada Parker is going to be a problem. I put her on the level of like Bianca and Naomi. I think if they take her under their wing, she'll be phenomenal. Where it comes to a few of these other things, what was the other thing? Sorry.
That was it.
Jada and Kalani.
Kalani. I didn't quite catch that part, but I did see like a few reels of the Jada Parker match. That hip attack is dangerous.
Dangerous. Mania 34, when the Hardys were last in WWE, Matt Hardy won the Battle Royal. Was Jeff Hardy around then? I think he was. But obviously they never. I think that was Broken Matt, and he was teaming with Bray. So it's been about how many years? 6 years, 7 years, something like that. So it's been a long time since the Hardys have been back, and they're still killing it. Jordan Gray, Cora Jade. Okay, Jordan won by ref stoppage, but unfortunately, you never don't want to see anybody get injured. It looks like Cora's injured. Done her knee in. Andrew is doing a match with Masha whenever that's taking place, I presume on the next TNA show. No. The poor Cora, she actually looks like legit injured as well. They did the X. So, yeah. Just very sad to see this. Then Vic Joseph did the interviewed Ethan Page and Javon Evans on the Tron. This just hypes up their match next week. So, Dave, anything to add about the unfortunate, looks like a real life injury of Cora Jade and the interview Vic Joseph did for Ethan and Javon?
I mean, it's unfortunate to see anybody get injured for any reason. So I hope she gets back on top of things, and you know what I mean, she comes back strong. But for the interview, I didn't quite catch it, so you have to let me know what's going on with that.
Just basically hyping up their match next week, and it's going to be Javon Evans, Ethan Page in a street fight. I don't know if you followed the Page thing. He broke in inverted commas, broke Javon's jaw a few months ago, and Javon spit out blood, and he was off TV for a couple of months. He got his jaw wide shut. He came back and he had the mouth guard, and that's been the story, really. And Ethan Page would just take anybody out. So
yeah, he's shown himself to be a true heel.
because after he lost the title, I think he was a bit directionless, and I thought, well, what they're going to do with him, and they've done something with him, which is cool.
Yeah.
MARKCUS, sorry, anything to add
They
about?
made him a certified bad guy.
Yeah, and I think he took out Dante Chen, and he put his leg in the steps and kicked it. So yeah, Ethan Page doesn't like anybody. MARKCUS, yeah, the Cora Jade injury, and I don't know if you saw the interview. If you didn't, then okay.
I mean, you already said it. Who wants to see anybody get hurt? Even someone that I don't understand the gimmick of. I don't like seeing people getting hurt. And, I mean, accidents happen. It's wrestling. It's not ballet. So I hope she gets a speedy recovery if this is like a legitimate injury. Because that's the other thing. She's also injury prone, right? So that's the other part that sucks for her, is that she does have some of the talent to be at the next level, but can she stay healthy? That's the question. The Javon and Ethan stuff is not getting stale, and I'm glad that it's not. Keep putting them in different types of matches to keep it going. I don't know if this street fight will end the feud. If it does, I won't be mad. If it doesn't, I won't be mad either way. So good work from both of them. I mean, once again, like you said, it's keeping Ethan Page relevant without the title, and it's keeping Javon kind of like a dark horse inside of title conversations.
Yeah. I was going to say, just for a tiny second, I forgot. I thought Trick was still champion. Of course, it's over. The ruler of NXT.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think Over would kill him. He would be like Brock Lesnar, Kofi Kingston all over again. Trick Williams. Hopefully, this was again kayfabe. No, I don't. Well, I don't. There, I'm getting tongue-tied. It looked like Cale Dixon was injured, but hopefully, again, that's the storyline. Hopefully, it's not again a real-life injury. But yeah, a very focused Trick Williams, and in 2 weeks, you're getting Eddie Thorpe, Trick Williams underground match. Do you imagine Trick wins? But if Eddie Thorpe won, wouldn't shock me at all. And that's how much they pushed Eddie. I'm like, could he win? He's come from nothing all the way to this. So really well done, really well done job with Eddie Thorpe. And to close out the show, your brand new North American champion in a steel cage match, Shawn Spears. Yeah, I've got no complaints here. I think within his new family, they need to. Yeah, this needed to happen. And David, I've just thrown him out the Royal Rumble. I don't know if you're still there, David. We have a little thing here. If anybody goes out, I know you've not gone out, but if anyone goes out, goes out and has to come back in, they'll say they've been thrown out the Royal Rumble like Mick Foley.
Oh, okay. I'm back. I'm here.
And they come back as another virgin, because Cactus Jack or Dude Love. Anyway, yeah, good NXT main event. Another main event rating for me. So, David, your thoughts on the Trick Williams, Cale Dixon match and your brand new North American champion, and also, of course, your rating for it. I'm going to do the whole. I'm going to do that. No, not there.
It was a hard fought match, and Trick Williams did his thing, right? He's had the title for a minute. I think he is on his way up to Raw with the level of hype that he's garnered while being the NXT champ. So I think NXT for me has always been like mid-card or main event, and I think this one was main event because of the dramatics in it.
Just the Hardys alone, just again, very surreal seeing him back. MARKCUS, so yeah, your thoughts on? I know you played it. I have no idea who Cale Dixon is, but still, your thoughts on the match and brand new champion and rating.
Well, I'm glad I don't know who that person is, but Trick was laser focused on doing what he got to do His main motivation is get back his title, right? That's how he feels. And of course, with the whole Eddie Thorpe thing, listen, now that's a feud that's getting stale and it's pissing me off. Yeah, I said it. It's getting stale, but that's because Eddie Thorpe has a no character ass kind of thing going on. I don't know. He's Cora Jade just in the male version. And then Shawn Spears winning the title, his first ever championship in WWE. How about that? Not shaking Shawn Michaels' hand afterward. How about that? This is great for him in his career. I'm glad that he had to go away and come back just to get a title and to be a better performer in WWE. Because when he was there previously as a
Dillinger.
There you go. Ty Dillinger, the perfect turn. That gimmick was only going to last however the hell long it was going to last. It wasn't going to last forever. You know what I mean? Like it just wasn't. It was one of those gimmicks that it lasted nicely, but it definitely was going to go away because his finisher was just a regular AJ Styles signature move. That was a problem. So when he went away, became the chairman of AEW, that was a nothing ass gimmick. But he came back to NXT and it was like, yeah, you be this weirdo badass guy. Yeah, there we go. That's what the people need to see. And his family versus Tony D'Angelo's family. It's a great story. With the title changing hands, I loved it. Definitely NXT main event.
And real quick before I go through Speed, I barely know who Cale Dixon is, but and I think he might be dating someone on the main roster, but again, I'd have to go and look. But so I'll tell you why he's there. And I think he had a match against Braun last year and got killed. But Speed, do you watch Speed, David, or no?
Do I like Speed?
You watched Speed?
Speed, no.
Okay. Then it was one half the World Tag Team Champions Ivar on Speed. I think that alone is cool. In a match with Yoshiki and Inamura, Ivar won, and it's him, Ivar, Dominic next week. I think Dominic wins, as Marcus Davis says every week, the future world champion. No, I think he's the future Speed champion. I think that's what he's going to win. But I'll say opening match. I know that obviously we got more wrestling. We got a brand new show on Wednesdays. Evolve. Did you watch Evolve, David, or no?
No, I didn't get to. Wednesdays I do candid conversations, so I'm usually in production mode.
Okay, I'll run through Evolve then. So Peter Rosenberg and Robert Stone are your commentary team. They work okay together. They know Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. They know JR and Drilly Kim, all that. They're okay. Kendall Gray and Collie Bright over Danny Palmer and Kelly Armstrong. I like that they're doing something with Callie. She didn't get pinned or had to tap out or anything, so they're doing something with her. Trill London, who people thought they were going to call Ricky Saints, Ricky Starks. He lost to Keanu Carver. And in your main event, Shawn Legacy, Jack Cartwheel, and Cappuccino Jones. It's someone to watch. Went over Ricky Smokes, Jackson Drake, and Brad Baylor. For the first show, opening match, it strips back. Everything's stripped back. It's purely just the guys from the Indies in matches. You could obviously have that WWE feel. So probably not cater to everyone. But let's go off to kick off SmackDown with the Viper himself, Randy Orton, coming in and out. Still looking like $1 million, as they say. Good promo here. This obviously builds Orton, Owens at Mania. Yeah, good way to kick off SmackDown. What time is it? Let me just check my watch. Oh, it's Tiffy time, because Tiffany Stratton defeated and beat Pavitt. Like I said in the chat, Pavitt improves every single match. Really does some fantastic heel work, especially with Chelsea Green. Yeah, good opening match. Like I said, Tiffany, now you're clear face. Charlotte's your clear heel. Tiffany should be winning at Mania, but she's probably not going to do. Like, why would you? Trish Stratus puts Tiffany over, and now she's going to lose. Ugh. Anyway, David, your thoughts on the Orton promo and Tiffany defeating Piper?
Orton's on point all the time. He is a Viper for a reason. He's a legend killer for a reason. He's gonna do what he does best, and I think when he's in this mode, like he is ready to strike. So Kevin Owens is gonna have to be on his guard.
And Tiffy Stratton over Piper. Your thoughts?
Tiffy over Piper. I mean, Tiffy's. I'm starting to warm up to her. At first, I was like, yeah, she's a little bubblegumish, if you will. But I think her fight with Charlotte will determine whether or not she's like Charlotte or if she is Tiffany Stratton.
And obviously, way off doing Mania predictions, but who would you? Do you think Charlotte wins at Mania, or would you have Tiffany win?
I would have Tiffy win, but Charlotte's going for her 16th title, 15th, 16th, 15th. So yeah, they'll likely give it to her just because. Like she's earned it. Don't get me wrong. She's earned her position. She's earned the ability to get back into that main event picture. But I think they're just gonna give it to
her. Which will annoy a lot of people at Mania. I think Tiffany's really over right now. So, and Marcus is over there trying to do his best Stone Cold impression by Brick. Anyway, Marcus. Yeah. So yes, your thoughts of what Orton had to say, and Piper, Tiffany. Off you go.
I mean, it's Randy. It's Randall Keith. You know, it's Randall Keith Orton. When he cuts a promo, you're going to listen, or you're going to get RKO'd, and then you're going to get punted. Like Kevin Owens almost got punted. And the way he ended that promo was beautiful. Pat McAfee is going to be known as the second best punter in the WWE. I was like, yeah, that's good stuff. For those of you that don't understand the reference, Pat McAfee played in the NFL for years, and his position was the punter.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Randy Orton knows how to cut a good ass promo. He even added John Cena inside that promo, so good stuff. It's the first time in a long time that Randy has been the babyface and John Cena has been the heel. So stuff.
He's a bottom for the Rock, killer line.
He's a bottom. He was at the top of the industry. Now he's a bottom for the Rock. Amazing wordsmith. And of course, Tiffany Stratton. I'm agreeing with you, man. Tiffany Stratton has kind of grown more into her own, right? I call Tiffany the new Barbie, right? It's new Barbie versus old Barbie. They're both blonde. They both got blue eyes or blue-green eyes, something like that. They both kind of got similar auras, right? But Charlotte as a heel works better than Charlotte as a babyface, right? Tiffany as a heel is pretty damn good. Tiffany as a babyface don't work for me. It don't work the same because she's supposed to be this prettier than everybody kind of person, and it's like, when did she become? Why is she the? I mean, obviously Charlotte's heel work trumps over Tiffany's babyface work, obviously, but Tiffany as a babyface is ass. I actually don't like it. It's terrible. It's not fun. It's not as enticing as Tiffany being a heel. It's just not. It's not there. But the fans kind of forced Charlotte to become a heel, which is great. WWE listens to the fans. And of course, I love the fact that we'll have a title again. So I'm cool with that. That's my WrestleMania prediction. So I'm with that.
Triple threat action, yes, boy. This was again really good match, pretty deadly. Have improved. They've not only found something for them to do on TV, but they've improved. Los Garza's have really improved. The Los Guards are allowed to go, and go they did. So pretty deadly over Lost Guards and with Mustard City machine guns. Next week we've got Profits. Well, we'll get into where it is next week. We'll get into it in news and headlines. But next week, Profits taking on DIY. I think DIY retaining. You give it to Pretty Deadly, I think. Or do you give it at Mania? Do you put Pretty Deadly over at Mania? Maybe. But yeah, good match. And then we get to the segment that everyone's talking about. Bianca Belair comes out, Naomi comes out, both cry like someone said about the Oscars before. This is Oscar-worthy cinematic stuff, making this feel like it's real life. Right? And maybe some of it was. Bianca called Trinity Naomi by her real name. But fantastic stuff. Really, really, really good stuff. Naomi saying, yes, I did it. Now we have it. We've got the heel Naomi. I know she was heel years ago with Team Bad, but that was pretty awful. Like they never really got a push. Really, just like ugh. Was it not Sasha Banks, Tamina, and
Yep, Sasha Banks, Tamina, and Naomi.
Never really got a push. Really, it didn't really work out. She just felt like the third person on the team. But I think this time it will work. Obviously, she's going to get rid of her music. She can't have that same music as a heel. Jade Cargill destroyed her. Jade Cargill looks like some kind of superhero out of a movie. Like she stepped out of a movie. Like she's avenging. Like she's one of the Avengers or something, an outfit covered in blood. Really, yeah, really well done. Really well done work. Yeah. For all the people are hating on it, I think I've seen a couple of people somehow, some way hating on this, but really well done. So you can be Naomi, Jade Cargill at Mania. I think it'd be very interesting to see how a heel Naomi will work. Vicky's come back. He returned. Cena doesn't deserve what? Heel? I don't know what that means.
Cena doesn't deserve to be a heel. That's probably what they're saying. Let her rock. Let's get our thoughts first. Then we can reply.
Yeah. So, Marcus, your thoughts on Pretty Deadly going over machine guns and Los Garza and the Bianca Naomi Jade Cargill stuff?
All right, first, yes, boy. I really like this tag team because you know what they remind me of? They remind me of a modern day Billy and Chuck, just without all the glad and gay stuff. But they're very metrosexual, so yeah, it kind of works in favor for them. So I like the fact that they're getting a push because they were treated as a joke, and mind you, they are former NXT Tag Team Champions, so you know they're not a joke anymore. So I love this for them. I hope the best for them. I would love to see them with the titles, to be honest with you. I think they would do good. But it's also let you know that SmackDown has a better tag division than Raw. Raw's tag division is stale as chips that's been open for a week.
Before this, Nick Aldis kind of tried to map out this tag team feuding with this tag team, this one, and he just like drew a circle.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, man,
so easy to follow. I just threw the pen behind him, like, figure it out.
It just all blended together. So all right, Bianca, Naomi, and Jade. First of all, we've never got really. Here's the thing for women's wrestling: we've never gotten such a perplexing storyline before. Most women's storylines are very basic. They're very simple. Oh, you broke my nose when we got into a fight. Now I'm turning into the man. Okay.
Yeah, but you got to remember though, before you go into this, Naomi was supposed to get a massive push several years ago, but Oksana broke her orbital bone. You remember that?
Yeah, I do. So and this is a part of why this is awesome, right? because women usually don't get really perplexing and twisting and turny type of storylines. They usually get very simple, very plain. Hey, I don't like you because you're ugly. I don't like you because you called me ugly. Let's have a fight. You got a title. I want the title. Boom. You took my man. Now I got to fight you. This storyline is about friendship, betrayal, and trying to become the best friend. I don't know about everybody, but some of us have encountered very territorial best friends.
Yup.
And they will do things that you find uncharacteristic and uncool to another person just so you could not like that person anymore or to try to get them out the picture.
Seen it.
This is what Naomi did. She took out Jade Cargill. You want to know why? Because Bianca's her bestie. She was having such a good time with Bianca. When it was the three of them together all the time, Naomi was the third wheel. I don't know if anyone else peeped that, but she was the third. She would tag along with whatever they're doing.
Yeah, because in the wrestling world, Bianca and Cargill are power lifter and fucking athletics, right? Athletic, but Naomi's a dancer. A dancer
Right.
can't compete with a power lifter and a bodybuilder.
A power lifter and someone that worked in they both kind of did powerlifting stuff. I mean, Bianca is a former track star at the University of Tennessee, and Jade played basketball at some university in Florida. So once again, like you said, dancer, athletes, that's don't mix, right? But once Jade was out the picture, Naomi was having the time of her life with her best friend Bianca, dancing, having a good time, winning tag team titles, going to Raw, Smacky D's, NXT, just having the time of their lives together. And then all of a sudden, Jade's back. Oh no, not this party pooper. Boo! Not this girl. But then it was like, wait, didn't Liv attack her? No, Jade let it be known that Naomi did it. So this was so cinematic because Bianca's like, I need answers. The crying, calling her by her actual name, Naomi, selling the neck and then being like, yeah, I did it. And what? Yeah, I missed you. I wanted to be around you. And don't you see that Jade is holding you back? Are you kidding me? You telling me, like, look at you. You are the number one contender for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. You would never been doing that with Jade. I got you there because I let you do your thing, but that's because you my friend, and I'm looking out for you. Jade wasn't going to look out for you. And look at what happens when I look out for you. I don't get no thank you. I don't get no hug. I don't get no appreciation or admiration. I get you turning your back on me and walking up the ramp. It didn't stop Jade from attacking me again. This was beautiful cinematic work. Good applause from the three of those girls for knocking this thing out the park. They're killing it. This is the best women's storyline going into WrestleMania.
Yeah. Definitely. Just one quick comment from childhood. I've been rooting for Cena. Well, Cena turning years. Well, that's why he's so good because no one thought it would happen. Or, well, some did. Some thought, could it happen this year? But no one actually thought it would happen.
It has the same effect as when Hogan turned. That's what they waited for.
No one actually thought in 2025 Cena was actually turning heel and he was going to be this good. If he did,
not on his farewell tour.
And Marcus has frozen, he's become stone cold again. But yes, my notes. Your thoughts on Pretty Deadly defeating, winning the triple threat and the Bianca, Naomi, Jade Cargill stuff?
I think Pretty Deadly winning.
Yeah, your thoughts.
It's a show. It's good for. I want to say it's good for a lot of people trying to wrestle that don't fit the 6'5", 240-pound physique. You know what I mean? Like it shows that there's some some high flyers, I guess, that can make it too. I want to see how long they defend and if they can stay pretty deadly. But when it comes to Naomi and Jade Cargill and Bianca, I kind of agree. I feel like Bianca's gonna be the next to turn because Naomi's gonna come down and help her out because they haven't officially broken up. They're still no, they're not tag champs. So yeah, I think there's a potential for Bianca to turn with Naomi, and it's likely going to happen at Mania.
So you'd have your lose? No, okay.
I don't know if she's
Yes.
gonna.
I'm going with yes.
Someone has to.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it'll be the second year that Io's got into Mary champion and lost. Okay.
Hey, cookie crumbles, baby.
We've got, obviously, Hall of Fame news. We'll get that into news and headlines. Braun Strowman took on Solo Sikoa. Braun Strowman gets a DQ win. The bigger story of this is Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu. The brawl into the crowd. The chokeslam into the into the tables, and just Fatu gets back up like nothing had happened to him. Maybe this is a match they got. I know people have said it was Solo Jacob at Mania. They can do Strowman Fatu way before then, can't they? I suppose again.
They do Strowman and Fatu twice. It doesn't end up with anything, and then they end up in a cage.
Yeah,
or a street fight. I think it should be falls count anywhere. Personally,
yeah, that would be good. Yes.
yeah.
And you had Chelsea Green and Marcus is going to like this, dressed as ECW's own Mick Foley or Cactus Jack. This was a good match. Again, a street fight for the Women's US Championship. Michin looks good in defeat, but of course the bigger story is Albert Fire is going to be pushed. So obviously people was wondering, why wasn't she released with Isla Dawn when me and Marcus discussed with the releases? Why wasn't Albert Fire gone? This is why. She's getting a push. So great to see. Yeah, great to see. So you've given your thoughts about these Solo Strowman match. So your thoughts of Chelsea Green and Michin, David?
Ooh, Chelsea Green is actually, she's one of those characters that annoys me. I'm not gonna lie, but because she annoys me, I feel like I need to give her more credit because she's getting me to abandon my suspended disbelief and see her as a real character, as a real person in the real world, which I understand that's just a figment of her imagination, if you will. But Michin, I think she's still using that. She needs a push. They need to give her a proper push because I see what she can do, and I think they're just not utilizing her well enough. Yeah.
And Alba Fire being pushed, your thoughts?
Alba Fire. That part I didn't quite catch. So, I have to leave it to you to let me know what you think.
Helped meet Chelsea Green win. But I think there was a dart slashed to the table. Everybody thought Meach was winning this. Got dragged out, took out by Alba, thrown back in. Chelsea covered 1, 2, 3. So Alba's getting paired with Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
So yeah, but presume a push is on the cards for her. So that's really cool to see. And I think if they let her go, she can be quite good in the ring as well. It's just letting these wrestlers go. But I think Triple H will, because he's let Los Garzas go. He let LWO go. And if they're allowed to go, they can put on the show. So, Marcus, your thoughts of Strowman Solo and Chelsea Green, Michin, Alba Fire?
Now, every time I talk about Braun Strowman, I got to do the thing, right? Braun! So, I feel like Braun with Jacob, man, talk about two hosses. Those two just go at it. And yo, they need a blow. They need a giant blow off match. They need a street fight. They need a false count anywhere. They need something because those two dudes are just killing it right now. You can't. It's weird to imagine Braun killing it with someone because he's so big and kind of clunky, but him and Jacob work so well together. It's great. And of course, Chelsea Green is just you know what she's reminding me of right now? JBL's cabinet.
Yeah. Okay.
Getting
Okay.
getting more people, right? Because Alba Fire came out of nowhere, right? Like I'm not the biggest Alba Fire fan whatsoever. But her being paired with Piper Niven in Chelsea, oh, that's beautiful. I can't wait to see how far this goes. Because
Let me
if
ask
Piper
you.
is supposed go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Is Piper?
So if Piper is supposed to be like the Secret Service, I guess Alba's supposed to be like her vice president kind of person. So it's kind of cool.
All right. So now, have you noticed a lot more factions in the WWE as of late?
Yeah, they're building more factions because I think the difference between Triple H and Vince is Vince will never utilize people that are just sitting around. Triple H is trying to find a purpose for other people. So the LWO is a collective of Latino and one Filipino wrestler. With that being damn, what's his name? The one that don't fit in. His name used to be DJ Zima Ion.
Oh, the Walking Wild.
There you go, Joaquin. Yeah, but give all those wrestlers something to do, right? With the LWO, the Judgment Day. Carlito had nothing to do, and he didn't really he fit in with the LWO more than Joaquin does, but he didn't fit in with that group for real. So I feel like just like the Attitude Era when we had a good number of factions, that's because people didn't have much to do. And Triple H is trying to throw stuff at the wall so he don't have to release people. He's trying to throw stuff at the wall or try to send them down to NXT. He wants everyone to work and try to find what their thing is. How can I uncuff you? How can I unshackle you and allow you to just go out there and work your tail off? You're one of the best in the world. That's why you're in WWE. How can I get you to work better? Who can I pair you up with that can make this work for you? Right. And sometimes, in the business where there's no friends, you get friends. And I think Alba Fire must have some type of relationship with Piper Niven, or else that probably wouldn't work, obviously. So I think Triple H's philosophy is use everyone, which is beautiful. So I like this faction I like this like kind of Chelsea Green's cabinet being built up. I can't wait to see who's the next member.
We then went on to Cody Rhodes coming on out. An actual black eye. I said, I don't know if you know what happened at Elimination Chamber, David, with Travis Banks. Not Travis Banks.
Wow.
Travis Scott. Travis Banks is a wrestler. Travis Scott.
Okay.
Do you know what happened with Travis Scott and Cody at Elimination Chamber?
Yeah. Travis Scott, he busted his eardrum and gave him a black eye.
Yep.
Yeah. He came out full black eye on SmackDown. He wasn't happy with Travis Scott, but he isn't much he can do because Travis is in training, but who knows when he's going to wrestle? I don't know. Is his first match going to be against Cody? Probably not.
He got a receipt coming. If
somebody he can beat quickly or be in a tag team match to protect him a little bit. Who knows? I don't know when Travis Scott's going to wrestle, but yeah, Cody wasn't happy. Obviously, went into the Cena thing, went into the Rock thing. Yeah, Cody did his job to hide this. I was a little bit shocked we didn't get like a little 2-minute thing from the Rock on the Tron pre-tape thing, like, well, boy, this is what happens when you say no to me. He could have done that. The Rock didn't have to be there, but he could have just pre-taped something. I think that would have helped the storyline a little bit further. Because we're not seeing Cena or The Rock for 2 weeks. So, but But all around, even, and I've said this many times, it's not the Cody Rhodes, the guy I dislike, it's the character. He's very bland. Now the Rock's getting good promos out of him. Like I said, it helped the storyline, but I would just have had the Rock say something. Drew McIntyre over Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso's really lost in the shuffle. Poor Jimmy. The story again, as always, comes after the match. Priest attacking Drew. So it looks like Drew, Priest at Mania. Built right, could be a good match. Otherwise, it's like, that could easily main event a SmackDown. Easily. But built properly, that could be quite good. So, David, your thoughts on the Cody Rhodes promo and Drew over Jimmy?
It was intense. I think Cody was in his game now. He's starting to get more into it. I think that the real black eye kind of sparked him to, say some things. The Jimmy or the Drew Jimmy match. I mean, Jimmy's kind of floundering, but I think soon enough he's gonna find his way, and he's gonna end up in a contention for the United States title.
The concerning well, not kind of jumping ahead here, but so we know what happened in the main event. Unless he turns heel, then considering who Jimmy's family is and who's on the board, you would think that Jimmy's super pushed, but everybody else is. Reigns is. Jay is.
What? All right. I'm gonna say my piece in a second because boy, do I disagree with that.
Reigns is pushed. Jay's pushed. Jay's going for the world title at Mania. Naomi's related by marriage. She's being pushed. Solo, Jacob Fatu being pushed. Solo, at least he's on the show. Jimmy, nothing. Someone's got to lose, I suppose. But yes, Marcus, your thoughts on the Cody Rhodes promo, and yes, have at it. Say what you need to say about Jimmy and Drew.
All right, I'm gonna cover this stuff first, and I'm gonna rebut to you what you just said. I mean, Jimmy and Drew, they have a good program, but the program can't last forever, right? Did we talk about the main event? What was the other thing you said?
Cody Rhodes promo.
Oh yeah. That was a good promo from Cody. I think Cody's a good promo in general. Him not getting makeup to cover up the black eye is perfect wrestling stuff. It pushes it forward. Like, yo, this dude legit punched the shit out of me. I'm gonna catch his ass. I'm gonna get he's gonna get Travis Scott. It's gonna be a receipt. It's just about when. Because obviously you got a receipt coming, buddy. So that's that. Now, to rebut to what you said, it's not about who's on the board. Fuck that shit. It's about how the writing works out. Naomi has a good ass thing that writers can write in. It's easy to write that in. That very beautiful storyline she's in. Roman is over due to the fact that tribal chief shit worked for 2 to 3 years, 4 years, right? Yeah. So that was written in easy. Plus, also that was WWE not forcing Roman Reigns down our throats. I mean, now it is kind of. To be honest with you, it's back to forcing him down our throats again. Because why? Why do we even care about this tribal chief thing again? Like, everybody else is succeeding. We don't need Roman at all right now. But for those 3 years, it was cool that he was on screen, right? It was written in. He was the champion. It worked. Jey Uso, most over superstar in WWE right now. It's easy to pencil him in. No problem. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The Rock, fuck the fact that he's on the board. It's easy to write him in because John Cena needed to spice up his farewell tour. Easy, pencil him in. Jay was on a roll, but just because Jay's cousin is on the board don't mean shit. If you can't pencil Jay in for anything spectacular, you just can't pencil him in. He's great on the mic. He's good in the ring. He's just not popular like all the other people we just named. Even Jacob is more popular than Jay. Solo is probably the least popular amongst all those people that are Samoan, but he's still involved with something. Jay is kind of not. He's kind of putting his hands in whatever bowl is allowing his hands to be in, but he's not the major player in any of the storylines that he's involved in. The rest of those people are. So forget about who he's related to and who's on the board. It's all about the writing, baby.
Fair enough. And so they get to the main event, LA Knight.
Yeah.
That's, isn't it? Yeah, that's his pause. Your brand new US champion, Pua Nakamura. As he said, now 2 title defenses. And what's this new character done for Nakamura? Unfortunately, nothing. So I think he goes back to either doing nothing or send him back to NXT, I say. Yeah, back to NXT. Hopefully, or he goes back to doing nothing or even released.
He was 1-39 before he won the United States title. He was 1-39. He was putting over everybody else until he got his turn.
And now I think he probably does that again, or back to NXT. At least do something with him. So back to NXT he goes. I think he could go and challenge Oba, maybe. I think this was LA Knight winning was a shocker. I thought Nakamura was going to retain just because. So yeah, cool. The fans are loving LA Knight. Yeah, again. So why not? Why not put the title on him? Now there were rumors. I don't believe there. I think they were just exactly that. When The Rock did the throat slash at Chamber and he held up the 2. One of those 2 was LA Knight. Why would Knight now need to turn heel? Now he's champion. So I think that was merely a rumor. Even though a heel LA Knight would have been cool to see, I don't think it happens. Rating, above. I think between mid card and main event, I'll go in mid card. So David, your thoughts on the main event? LA Knight, Nakamura, new champion, and the rating for SmackDown.
Storytelling wise, I would give SmackDown a main event overall because they were going, like I said, because they just brought it all together. They usually wrap it up neater. Yeah. So what was the main event?
LA Knight, Nakamura for the US title. What was your thoughts on LA Knight winning?
I think it's a good look for LA Knight because he has dedicated a lot of time to this. It's just a matter of whether or not they're going to make it a rubber match kind of thing. Is they going to make a rubber match between Nakamura and LA Knight, or if they're going to start a new feud?
Yeah. I think we could see a third match. Yeah, probably on SmackDown. You've got 3 hours to fill. Even though it's last night, I think the 3 hours really flawed. It didn't really. Usually, and I've said this to Marcus in the past, and I should never be doing this. I should want SmackDown to be 10 hours. Okay, maybe not 10 hours, that's a long time, but usually halfway through SmackDown, I'm looking at the clock thinking, there's an hour and a half of this, which I should never do, ever. This week, it really flawed. So yeah, Marcus, I know you're a big LA Knight fan, so did you enjoy him winning the title and your rating for this week's SmackDown?
I do enjoy him winning the title. I just wish Shinsuke had done a better job of keeping the U.S. title as elevated as LA Knight did, because Shinsuke had no other real challengers for it, and he made the title weak, and it went back to LA Knight because he would make the title stronger because he has more challengers and people are willing to challenge him. And to be honest with you, if LA Knight was on Raw, he would be inside the World Heavyweight title picture. That's how over LA Knight is, and that's how good he is. That literally Raw's biggest title is low key the equivalent of SmackDown secondary. That's how kind of bad Raw is, and that's how good LA Knight is. If that's what we're really calling it, I'm gonna give it a mid card. Some of the stuff is just kind of lingers on. Once again, SmackDown's not a show that belongs to be 30 hours, but they let it flow nicely. You know what I mean? Or else it would have been opening match for sure.
Okay. Me and Marcus have done our AEW Revolution predictions. Do you want to do your predictions, David, or should we move it straight on to news and headlines? It's up to you.
We can do news and headlines. I actually just got a call, so I kind of have to step out. But I have appreciated being here.
Okay.
I do thank you. I do thank you for having me on here. We're definitely going to reconnect next Wednesday on Candid Conversations. YouTube.com/@EXPOSETHENORTH 8741. I am the block. You can find me at sharetheshock.ca. Check out the latest from the soon to be greatest. It'll update your playlist and your status. Marcus, you got a hell of an energy, brother. I'm serious. Let's talk about the article in the magazine, the food reviews. We don't have one of those in the magazine yet. I think that'll bring it to another level. And the wrestling reviews, we can talk about that as well. Get my contact information from him. I'm in the same chat as you guys, so just direct DM me and let's connect. Let's work.
You got it, man.
Huge, massive thank you for coming on. Yes, so pleasure. It's been a pleasure, and I'm much looking forward to being on your podcast. And yes, as soon as I finish this, I'll message you, and I'm sure Marcus will as well.
All right. Sounds good, y'all.
Right. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you soon.
No problem. Bless up.
I almost got blown up saying that.
I know you did. That's why I was like, "Woo, here we go."
I think this is getting a little bit better.
Yeah, you're not visceral. You Bo Buchanan.
So there was one more match added to Revolution, and it's I think it's Okada versus Brody King for the title. Okada to retain. Who have you got, Marcus?
Brody just for fun.
Okay, yeah.
He's been crushing. The last time I was watching AEW, he was crushing it. So let's give someone else a try.
And I should imagine tonight's Collision will have another 50,000 matches added. Because they've got 10 already, but that's never enough for AEW. They need at least 50 more.
I might try to catch that. I might try to catch Collision. We'll see.
Yeah. So our final segment before that, though, is, of course, pro ad time, and here it is. Oh, there it is. And once again, my apologies on the sound there. I don't know why it starts off loud and then goes quiet, but there it is. But yeah, like, subscribe, all of that. And our final segment, of course, is this right here. So news and headlines and plenty to talk about. So now that Dave isn't here, so we'll both be going over news and headlines. And Marcus will be kicking it off, and it's all about the Hall of Fame.
So y'all, I would say someone that we kind of grew up around. He was a big player in the Monday Night Wars. You know, he got all the biceps, the triceps, the abs. Well, he did. Now he's kind of wheelchair bound, but Lex Luger, the total package, Mr. Torture Rack himself, is going inside the WWE Hall of Fame. It was announced this week that he would go into a hall that features a class of Triple H and also someone else that we're going to talk about in a little bit. Well, a tag team that we're going to talk about in a little bit, but I think this is pretty cool for Lex Luger. I think we was talking about this at another point in time somewhere that Lex Luger should be in the Hall of Fame. Of course, he has a bit of a sketchy past, especially with the stuff with Miss Elizabeth and kind of being there for her death and being somewhat the cause of her death. But Lex Luger had one career, especially in WCW, not so much in WWE, but definitely in WCW. Hell of a career, being multi-time World Heavyweight Champion, being a tag team champion, being a TV champion, being a United States champion. And I mean, he was also in the WBF, for those of you that don't know what that is. World Bodybuilding Federation. Vince's other idea that, well, it went to the shitter. But Lex Luger was an integral part of he was around during the Attitude Era, and he's a part of the reason why that Nitro was kicking Raw's ass.
Yeah, the UBA, well, okay, very quickly, tiny thoughts. UBF lasted all, but it didn't last at all, did it? Who the people, bodybuilders, like, who, unless he wants to watch that? Like, anyway, Miss Elizabeth stuff, wasn't it? Yeah, they went into taking drugs and that's what killed her.
Drugs and alcohol.
Didn't he turn? This might be Rick Rude, it might be Luger as well. Didn't he turn up? Was it Rick Rude? They were on the same. He was on Raw and
Rick Rude was on Raw and Nitro in the same week.
Time. Was it near the same time? No, yes. I don't know.
Well, no, not the same time, but in the same week.
Yeah, Luger deserves it. Obviously, because he's getting helped by DDP. See, it's all connected. Cody was the one that
broke the news.
Obviously, Cody and DDP are friends, so this is all connected. But yeah, deserved.
Well, remember, that's Dusty's son, right? They all see Cody as Dusty's boy. So every single person that's connected to WCW that was around WCW, especially in the mid '90s, they all have a connection to Cody in one way or another.
So yeah, well deserved. What is so surreal, I just saw him a number of weeks ago at the Love of Wrestling convention. He played when they celebrated him beating Yoko by DQ, and he celebrated as if he just won the title, which was quite surreal. But yeah,
well, I mean that was during the time period that no one beat Yoko, so it kind of makes sense. Kind of.
It was over the top.
That's why I said kinda.
It was over the top for a DQ win. It's like,
yes, I agree with that.
That's like Braun Strowman win. Hey, I just beat Solo. It's far too bad, and it's a DQ win. Kind of means nothing. But yeah, well deserved. So obviously we'll get to the next announcement for the Hall of Fame right now, and that is the natural disasters. Yeah, well deserved. Obviously, earthquake, typhoon, tugboat, the Sharkmaster, the greatest WCW debut in history was the Sharkmaster. And obviously, the earthquake went on to be Goldgren, the oddities, and I think it was Shark in WCW. But yeah, well deserved. They were great for their time. I don't quite know who. I think I know inducts Triple H. That could be Shawn Michaels, could be Stephanie, could be either or. Maybe Stephanie because they want to put her name out there for a new show, and she's a man. She's his wife. For who else? Michelle McCool. Could be Taker, could be Layla. So you've got a choice there. For Luger, could be DDP. Maybe Sting. Did he get Sting in for it? I don't know if he's still technically under contract with AEW, but natural disasters. No idea who could put those in. Oh no, Jimmy Hart could just thought of a name because Jimmy Hart was the manager of Earthquake. So that's who couldn't put him in. But yeah, well deserved for these two. I think people wanted him to go in for a while. Triple H seems to be putting in people that people have wanted him for a while. Michelle, Triple H himself, Luger, natural disasters. So yes, after my rambling, your thoughts of the natural disasters going in, Marcus?
I don't know much about them. So I guess them going into school, but I don't really know much about their work. So other than seeing John Tenta in WCW, I don't know. I don't really have much of an opinion about them.
Surely you know about the greatest debut of all time, the Shockmaster.
One of the worst one of the worst things that WCW has ever done. Of course.
It was bad start to finish. Did he come because it was like the panel across the wooden panel that he didn't know about?
His helmet fell off. He had to put it back on.
The voice didn't even sound like he was talking, which he wasn't. But yeah. But I believe we've got more news. But concerning this is concerning who just left TNA and possibly on their way to WWE.
Hammerstone. He's out. He's gone from TNA. His contract more than likely ran up, and he's testing his marketability on the free agent market. I would say there's a strong possibility that he ends up at NXT. He's wrestled there already before, and this is before TNA had an actual contractual relationship with NXT. I think it would be a good move because Jordan Grace just went there, so it'd be cool to still see his old colleagues from TNA. He's just in NXT, under a contract at NXT. I think it would be a good thing. I don't think he should go anywhere else. But I've also only seen Hammerstone wrestle one time, so I don't have a lot to say about the guy as far as performance goes. But I think it would be a good move if he went to NXT and not nowhere else. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, completely agree. I think if you're lost in the shuffle for it with AEW, he might go on the Indies for a while, but eventually, yeah, WWE, NXT. And I bet WWE are loving this. They've just signed Jordan Grace. They're probably signing Hammerstone. I'd imagine they signed Joe Henry once he's done with TNA. Like, they're getting a lot of talent. TNA is maybe not getting so much talent from them, but who knows? One of these other latest releases might end up there. So,
well, here's the beautiful thing, right? TNA. So this working relationship allows an easy contractual conversation, right? You've been in our ring, you've seen our ring. It's easy to do it, and honestly, even if an NXT talent gets released, they could go to TNA. Once again, it's easy to trade off who's who. Like we mentioned before about Lara Valkyria. If she loses the Intercontinental Championship, if she gets sent back to NXT, or if she gets released, she gets to go take her talents to TNA and figure out her life from there. Maybe get back in. You know what I mean? Like, so this relationship is a lot better than what people think it might be.
Speaking of women's, two announcements. First of all, Natalia is going to NWA. Is it NWA?
Mm-hmm.
Crockett Cup. That is cool to see. And I think she's doing another one.
In Philadelphia.
And I think it might be GCW. She's gone there as well. So why not? She's not being used on the main roster. She's not been used in NXT. So why not? At least do something with her.
But go ahead.
And like, unlike AEW, that their talent is on weekly on the indies, weekly. So it's like, So, for instance, Swerve Strickland turning up to what's the title? Ricky Starks has just won. I can't remember. Not Defy, something like that. Is a dude company over there? Ricky Starks just won the title for AEW. Work with them. Whatever that company is called, it might be Defy actually, but yeah, Swerve was there, and it's like, cool for the people there. You know, great, that's great for them, but that happens weekly. In WWE, it doesn't. So them going to the indies or going to other companies, yeah, very cool to see. So yeah, go ahead, Marcus.
See, that's the thing, right? So first of all, that Crockett Cup is going to be in Philly, and I'm hoping to get there May 17th at the ECW Arena. So I'm hoping to be there, honestly, with a pretty good seat. So I'm hoping I could catch them this time versus last time when they were here for NWA 75. So I'm hoping to be here for the Crockett Cup. It'll be my first non-WWE show like ever. Well, other than the time I went to WCW as a child. So this will be my second non-WWE show. But this is awesome, right? If I'm not doing, and this is why I said about what I said about Triple H. If I'm not doing something with you, I'll allow you to travel to other promotions. Not exactly like these are indies, but they're not like small indies. Like these are major indies, like NWA, like GCW, MLW, stuff like that. Where in which I'll let you go there, go get some more ring time, so you're not rusty when you come back. Let you get another, you know what I mean? Like you're probably going there on our dime anyway, so you're good. And it puts eyes on that product. It puts eyes on wrestling, right? The only place I think Triple H won't give permissions to is to AEW, and that's it. Other than that, go anywhere you want to go. You want to go to Japan real quick? Yeah, go ahead. You want to go to MLW? Why not? You want to go to GCW? Sure. You want to go to PGW? Go ahead.
And yeah, just imagine if Tony Khan didn't bury WWE any chance he gets and actually wanted a working relationship with Triple H. Just imagine that. All possibilities would be completely endless. You could have MJF in WWE. You could have.
Yes, but also think about it like this. It's actually a smart move from Tony Khan. I'm gonna tell you why. I don't want my wrestlers being exposed to a company that can easily buy them when their contract is up. I don't want that to happen. Right? For TNA to do a collab with WWE makes sense. When TNA did a collaboration with AEW, that made sense, right? Because AEW has a bigger crowd than TNA, right? That makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. When NWA did something with AEW, that made a whole lot of sense. They had a bigger crowd, right? AEW and WWE working together doesn't work because they're trying to get the same kind of crowd, so it wouldn't work.
And once again, it's to take a toilet break, but you give your thoughts first on Evolution, the pay-per-view coming back, and I'll be back in a couple of seconds.
All right. So Evolution's coming back, you guys. For those of you that don't know, it's the all-female pay-per-view /PLE. I think this is great, right? The women's division is on fire, especially in NXT. The women's division are on fire. I love this. And a lot of people have been asking about Evolution coming again. The reason why they stopped Evolution, honestly, the women's division wasn't where it's at today. I mean, look at it now. Look, great storylines. Women main eventing matches, main eventing Raw, SmackDown, WrestleMania. So it's coming at the right time. It's coming at the best time. I feel like what other time than the president to do it? Plus, with their relationship with TNA, this opens the door for TNA women to enter into a WWE ring and be a part of an all-female pay-per-view PLE. And it once again, these women get the strap on their boots, get to tie them up real tight, and be able to go out there and work their tails off in a PLE where in which there are no male matches. It's only female matches. And this time it's not to be a counter to Saudi Arabia. This is purely because the women's division have been killing it so well.
And people wanted this back for a while again, giving the people what there'll be some people that go, why is this coming back? But can't please everyone. So Triple H tries to please the people that love WWE and are willing to spend as much money on it as possible.
Yep.
So yeah, like I said, bringing it back. People wanted it back. I think a lot of TNA talent will be used, but Jota helps out TNA as well. And I think the first time they did it, I think the roster's a hell of a lot more athletic. Storylines are probably a lot more stronger than the last time they did it. Perhaps we see Trish Stratus again on the show. I think she wrestled somebody.
This might be the time that we get to see that match that you was pushing for WrestleMania at a point in time, Trish versus Nia Jax.
I think Trish wrestled somebody on the first show, on the first Evolution show. I think Lita. It might be Trish and Lita versus. I don't know, but she did wrestle. So yeah, this is cool. Yeah. Do you think that TNA will be involved as well?
I would love it if they. I would love it if they were. I would absolutely 100% love it if they were. And honestly, I wish this wasn't just a WWE thing. I wish like all women's wrestlers were like invited to partake. Just saying.
Yeah, so you might see somebody from NWA there.
That's what I was thinking too.
Does Camille wrestle for NWA? She obviously AEW, but does she wrestle there as well at NWA? Or do you not know?
I do not know.
If she's under contract with AEW, so she won't be there, but we'll see. Right. Keeping with your favorite brand, the blue brand, it is going international next week in Spain and the week after in Italy. So is this WWE testing the waters to see if could they do a pay-per-view there? I think it is. Again, WWE are a juggernaut and you're a huge, gigantic, massive company. But Triple H is not happy. He wants to make it even bigger. So I think, yes, they could do a pay-per-view in Spain and Italy. Was it Italy when Santino debuted? I think.
Yes.
People thought he was actually Italian.
When it was in Milan, that's when he debuted.
So obviously, okay, they've done Italy before, but probably never at this scale, really. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, cool. What's your thoughts?
Of course, I mean anything Smacky D's do, I'm always in applause for. And as always, this is great, right? WWE is an international entity. That's bar none. It is the wrestling company that everybody wants to see, right? And I mean, you being from Europe, United Kingdom, I'm sure you wish WWE was there more often, right? Because that's the brand, that's the wrestling company that everybody wants to be involved with, wants to see. You know what I mean? Like, even though, yeah, we shit on Raw a little bit, but it's still must see, especially for you guys, right? I can sit here and poo on Raw all I want because I know more than likely Raw or SmackDown will be in my city. Literally, SmackDown was literally just here, right? I know WWE at some point in time in the calendar will take a visit to Philadelphia or the Philadelphia area. I know that's going to happen. But for y'all, in Europe, in the United Kingdom, in Asia, in Australia, this might be a once in a lifetime opportunity. And y'all need to grab all the pounds and francs and whatever other currencies, yen and whatever other stuff, and get to those arenas and watch it. I miss SmackDown for a couple of reasons, obviously, but I know for sure WWE will be back. You don't know next time WWE is going to be in London or wherever's closest major city to you in England. You don't know, right? You don't know the next time it's going to be in Europe that you can get there by train and within an hour or two. You don't know. WWE doing this is testing the waters, obviously, for a pay-per-view. They know the French crowd is red hot. They know that y'all crowd is red hot. Now it's time to test Spain. Now it's time to test Milan. Because if places could be potentially B show PLEs. They can possibly be A show PLEs.
And speaking of Australia, yeah, they're going back there, probably doing a pay-per-view. Obviously, last year was Elimination Chamber, and I like that. They seem to be kind of going back there when they can. They did Super Showdown a number of years ago, not weeks ago, definitely not, years ago. Chamber last year. So they've got the crowd there. Obviously, WWE want to be everywhere, but obviously physically can't be because they just can't be. But you've got a market there. Let's keep going back there. They've got a market in France. Let's keep going back there. They've got a market in the UK. Keep going back there. So yeah, your thoughts on? I know you kind of gave your thoughts, but kind of purely on them going back to Australia. Any thoughts?
I mean, yeah. I mean, once again, it's the same kind of conversation of going international. There's a crowd there. I mean, they have Australian wrestlers, so it just makes sense to travel back to their hometowns for a PLE. Rather, of course, a PLE more so than a Raw or SmackDown, but go there for a PLE. Give that crowd that once in a lifetime opportunity to see WWE in their face.
Yeah. Like I've said with AEW, that we hardly get, as you've said, you just said yourself, we hardly get those big events, if ever. The last recent years, Clash at the Castles, Money in the Bank, then AEW. This year they're doing Forbidden Door, which is like still cool, but that's catered to a really, really, really small crowd and niche crowd that likes that type of wrestling. So why you not keep going back to the same crowd? But it is what it is. Yeah, is there anything else I forgot? I don't think there is there, in the news and headlines. I don't think.
I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I'm just checking now. Me 1 second. Let me just check. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So yeah, final words are to you. No. Before that, I will put up this. That one. Again, it's in the description. There's a channel. Get him to 60 subscribers. Here's a video, and as you said, David, he's going to be putting a food and drink review article in his magazine, which I think is really cool, and we'll put eyes onto Marcus's channel. But I'm going to do that for him right now, and here you go. So yes, like, subscribe. More importantly, subscribe. Get him to 60 subscribers, and if you don't, rock bottom. But yes, the final words are over to you, Marcus, as always.
Listen, guys, keep sharing, subscribing to the People's Wrestling Channel. You're going to see me. You're going to see Ricky. You're going to see a special guest. Somebody else that's joining the faction of the most electrifying podcast in all the land, the People's Wrestling Channel, on this station right here, the People's Wrestling Channel, the Rain and Rock Podcast. You're going to get at least 2 of us, sometimes 3 of us, on this thing. We're trying to give you all the wrestling content that we can give you. We reply to your comments. We talk to y'all too. We talk to y'all. We might go off script a little bit, a lot actually. But guess what? That's what we got. You know what I mean? You came here to listen to wrestling information, and I'm happy that you join us every single week, whether it's Saturday or Sunday. Thank you for joining us all the time. Thank you for joining us during quizzes. Thank you for joining us for Ricky. Thank you for joining Ricky during his watch-alongs. Just keep joining in. Keep hanging out with us. It's going to keep getting fun every single time. Please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I haven't done anything today because I had some personal stuff going on, but I should be back in a couple of weeks. Hope, God willing. But yes, please keep liking, sharing, subscribing. And also, ching ching, bling bling. It's always Ted. Over here, you jabron.
And I love the going off script. If I was handed a wrestling script, I'd be like, I'm not reading that. It would take me about 20 minutes to do a 5-minute promo. You're meant to be saying this, Ricky. I don't care. But yeah, but what about this, and this?
They're going to send you right to promo class again.
The fan would shout out and be like, yeah, I'd respond to them. But yes, like, subscribe, all of that. Tomorrow night, well, I'm not doing a Revolution watch along, but I will be doing shorts. So my thoughts on probably the four main matches. So the tag match, TBS women's title, main women's title, and then Cope and John Moxley. And then we'll see what else gets added. But probably all I'll be doing. AW pay-per-views just way too long for me to be sat. If I'm gonna watch them, they want to kind of sit and relax and watch them. So yes, that's coming up tomorrow. Then we'll be back here probably the same time, same day next week. Like and share all of that and subscribe, all of that. But always remember, if wrestling is the game, excellence is the name, and excellence is Ricky Goldman.